Hey there, welcome to another in my series of strategies for standardized tests. You are smarter than the test. Today, know what the test questions are like. In other words, you know what they ask on standardized test questions. Be prepared for that and know what you're doing. If you're waiting for the test question that says, please do a dance that interprets the meaning of the text, you're going to wait a long time. But if you're looking for author's message, another way of saying claim, point. You know what that means. Author's message is the point. Use details from the text to support your answer. That's the key. Some message the author's giving you, and then you use something that shows that from the text. They're not asking you for what powerfully interpretive view do you now recognize as important. It's not necessarily derived from the text, but really useful. Nope. The main message from the text and material support that. Reader can infer. Inferences are those mental jobs you do, quite high level mental jobs you do of drawing some conclusions that aren't exactly in the text, but that seem to make sense based on the text and what you think is most likely and probable given what you've read. And then again, using the text to support that inference. Best supports in this case. So make sure you're giving them material from the text. And the best way to do that is put it in quote marks so they know, they can see it. And then vocabulary. Here's a sentence from the text. What does that word mean? There are strategies for that. There's obviously, if you know the word, that's great. If you know your Greek and Latin word parts, you can work on it that way. If you know how to work with context stuff, then you do that. But obviously, you're looking for the vocabulary word that they're after, and that's attend to that fact, what they're wanting. There'll be questions that say it's part A and part B. In this case, is a summarize the central idea of the text. That's fine. Find the main idea, put it in your own words. We're not looking for an essay. We're looking for a restatement, summary statement of the main idea. And then again, material from the text that supports that. You may know something, you think you know something even better that supports that main idea. Well, I have this interesting observation about that main idea. No, use it from the material from the text. Okay? And then read the passage, select why author chose to include that. That's an author's purpose. What's the purpose the author had in doing this? Okay, so you got to know that particular kind of thing. You're guessing at the author's intent. I personally find these very hard questions to do because there's a lot of times I'll look at the standardized test answers and think, I don't think that's the author's purpose. When I was writing something like this, if I were writing that, I don't think that's my purpose. But we'll talk more about imagining what the test is thinking, but today my purpose is to say, make sure you're looking at the question and knowing what they're asking. Always pay attention when they say two options to give them two. Okay, we'll see some more of that kind of thing later, other videos. And then here we've got summarize the author's message. Again, that's the point. Sometimes I think the test tries to find other ways of saying things. The author's message, well, is that different from the main idea? No, it's the point, the author's point. Again, use evidence from the text to support your summary. So something that the text indicates is support of the author's message. And we talked a little about finding main ideas. First sentence of the paragraph, that's great. If it's not the first sentence, maybe it's implied, or you got to tease it out. Sometimes it's the second sentence after a hook of some sort. To many parents, the infant's crying may be mainly an irritation, especially if it continues for long periods. That could be a topic sentence for a different kind of paragraph. We've got the word but. But means we're shifting directions. We had this, so it's mainly an irritant, but crying serves important functions for the child as well as for the parents. Then evidence about the child, evidence about the parents. That serves as the main point sentence. It's an argument, it's a claim, it's an observation that needs more support, more explanation, and we get it below. So that is your main idea statement. You can look at other ways. You start asking, if you don't know, can't find the main idea, you start asking the who, what, when, why questions of the text and see if you can figure that out. And then there's a little bit of on fact and opinion there that you can look over yourself and work with that when they ask fact and opinion questions. Okay, thanks.